Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're peeling back the layers on a really fascinating source. It uses this story of a society called The Pattern to explore, well, something pretty fundamental about social reality and belief.
Exactly. And our goal here is to look at the machinery behind that kind of perfect synchrony. How does a system maintain such complete control? And crucially, how can just one different idea actually spark change without everything falling apart?
The Pattern, yeah, it sounds almost terrifyingly efficient. A clockwork city, every thought a shared echo. How does a society even get to that point? Total conformity.
Well, the source points to something called the reality reinforcement loop, R1 for short. Think of it like social inertia, but amplified. Every accepted belief just reinforces the loop, making it harder and harder for any conflicting idea to even form.
And their figures, the arbiters,
hmm
described as serene, gray-clad, they seem to have a built-in advantage.
Oh, absolutely. The source calls this the success to the successful archetype. Basically, the system itself holds all the resources, logic, truth, accepted facts. So all legitimate arguments, they already belong to the system.
Right, so when Alara, the protagonist, tries to argue for her brother Kale,
Her pleas just bounce off. The system's own perfect reasoning kind of pre-refutes anything she could possibly say from the outside. It's not necessarily cruel, just sealed.
wow. Okay, so if that R1 loop is so tight, so self-reinforcing, how does anything ever change? It sounds completely locked down.
The lockball, it seems perfect, but it kind of stifles the human element. And the crack appears with Kale. He's the divergent. He hums tunes nobody knows, draws these impossible, beautiful shapes. His very existence creates this dissonance.
Especially for his sister Alara, you can feel her internal conflict, right? Her own beliefs feel starved, like a locked room, the source says.
But it's just a feeling until she finds the catalyst. That's key. She stumbles on this data chasm in the archives, revealing the whispers, fragments from before the pattern.
And these aren't like official histories.
No, not at all. They're raw. Poems about rage, love, histories with tons of conflicting perspectives, stuff that was never sanitized or institutionalized, just externalized ideas.
Okay, so that's the spark. This exposure, it triggers what the source calls the innovation and change loop. B1.
Exactly. B1 is that internal shift. It's Alara realizing, wait, my feelings aren't wrong. They're just other possible stories. The starved part finds food. She now possesses an externalized idea, something real that exists outside the pattern's R1 loop.
This is where it gets really good. Kale's facing correction, and Alara steps in, but she doesn't, scream or fight in the usual way.
No, she uses narrative. She shares a story, a really simple one, apparently, about a society that cherished difference as its strength.
And that story, that idea, it becomes, what's the term? Objectivated in the middle of everything.
Yes, objective. It's more than just saying something. It means the idea becomes a tangible thing in the shared space. People can suddenly grasp it, consider it, talk about it as if it has reality. And once that happened,
The hum of the pattern wavered.
it did. Replaced by individual murmurs, people processing this new object, this alternative narrative.
And that ripple effect, that's the start of the institutional adaptation loop, the B2 loop. So she didn't just save Kale. She gave the whole system a new story to chew on, becoming a co-creator.
Precisely. She introduced a necessary, more human narrative. So what this source suggests, really, is that you don't always need to tear down rigid systems. Sometimes what's needed is an externalized, compelling, truer story, a B1 triggering a B2, essentially interrupting that dominant R1 loop.
It makes you think, if a simple story or an old poem can disrupt a perfect reality, what whispers might be waiting inside you? What uninstitutionalized ideas haven't you externalized yet, haven't objectivated for your own world to see? Something to definitely mull over.